Good evening, Richland families. Welcome to our Title I Family Literacy Night. We had an extraordinary day today with an author from Wisconsin. Her name is Marla McKenna, excuse me. She did a couple of sessions today with our elementary families and has some more information to share with us tonight. We're going to start with a brief introduction about what our title program is about from Lisa Siegenthaler, and then we're going to switch over to Marla. So enjoy the evening. It's going to be great. We've got a lot of information here coming your way and a lot of positive energy. Please enjoy.
Greetings. My name is Lisa Siegenthaler, and I am the Title I reading teacher, reading specialist at Jefferson Elementary School. I am going to present to you a brief overview of our district school-wide Title I program, in which the primary focus is in the elementary grades. Every year, we are required to provide information to our families regarding the Title I program and want to keep our families informed. We are fortunate to have a Title I program in reading and math for our elementary students who are identified as a need for reading and or math support by criteria of performance. The Title I program plays a significant role in the RTI response to intervention model, in which students are administered interventions on a 3-tier model, progress monitored to determine significant growth or lack of, and then referred for further testing to detect a possible learning disability. Our staff are highly qualified educators who do a fantastic job determining what research-based intervention each child needs based on various assessments, observations, and conversations with classroom teachers. Our staff includes myself, Lisa Siegenthaler. I teach reading at Jefferson Elementary. Vicki Koenig teaches math at Jefferson Elementary. Danielle Wagner and Larry Walker teach reading at Dowden Elementary, and Kendra Pardoon teaches math at Dowden Elementary. Please reach out to any of our Title I staff if you have questions or would like suggestions on how to help your child learn. In the fall, and again recently, a few required documents were sent out on SkyAlert. Every student in the district will receive the documents since we are a school-wide title school. The first document is the pledge. It is simply an agreement between the student, teacher, and parent and guardian on what each party is responsible for. For example, if your child wasn't doing their homework, you could refer back to the pledge and show them that they agreed to complete homework. An idea would be to put the pledge on the refrigerator as a constant reminder to your child. The second document is a parental policy, which states the expectations of parental involvement in the Title I program. We all feel tremendously privileged to work with your children. You play a significant role in their education, so please reach out to any of us for ways to help your child at home with their reading and math. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Marla McKenna, and we had an absolutely fabulous day today at both schools with your children. And I just want to thank you for allowing me into your school via Zoom, and I'm sharing my author journey and my children's books, and I talked about some of my adult books too. So what I just wanted to do tonight is just reshare what we talked about today with the children. Mom's Big Catch is the very first book that I wrote. It was inspired by something that happened at a Milwaukee Brewer game several years ago, and my daughters are characters in the story. As I shared with the kids today, that makes it a lot more fun when you can personalize a story and have your actual kids in the book. This is my daughter Julia in the pink, this is Ashley in the blue, and this is our dog Sadie. Because as I shared with the kids today, part of the proceeds from all of my books go to a charity that helps save and rescue dogs, because I love dogs. And I said to them too, you know, when something good happens to you, you should really do something good for someone else. So we had a lot of positive messages today. And I just want to share the story with you because this actually happened. The ending is real. It actually happened. It changed my life. It changed my career, which I'll share a little bit about in just a moment. But I just wanted to read the story first. So families, you can hear what we talked about today. So Mom's Big Catch. And as I said, this book, the ending really happened and it's crazy. So we can put the PDF of Mom's Big Catch up on the screen so families can follow along. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. Mom's big catch. We're going to go to, there you keep going. There you go. Thank you so much. Okay. I jumped out of bed and ran down the stairs screaming, "It's time, it's time." It was time to get ready for the baseball game. My big sister Julia and I put on our favorite baseball shirts and caps and grabbed our gloves. It was a very sunny and bright day, a perfect day. I knew my skin would burn and my freckles would peek out if my mom didn't put sunscreen on me. It smelled like coconut and I liked it. I was ready to go. "It's the last game of the season, Ashley," my dad told me. I knew we just had to catch a ball today. I dreamed of catching a ball hit by my favorite team. I could only imagine what that would feel like. My dad said he'd been trying to catch a ball since he was a little boy. That's a long time. I hope I don't have to wait that long. It would just be so awesome to catch a ball. I would take it to school and show all my friends. I would eat with that ball. I would even sleep with that ball. My dog Sadie would surely try to steal that ball from me. She is my best friend and follows me everywhere. I love her a lot. "Time to go," shouted Dad. I hugged Sadie and skipped out to the car. It was a short ride to the stadium, but it seemed to take forever. Julia and I played slug bug to make the time go faster. "What is taking so long? Why aren't we there yet?" I impatiently asked my dad. I could almost taste that yummy and fluffy, hot, buttered popcorn and feel the tingling in my mouth from that oh-so-wonderful blue cotton candy. Of course, we can't forget the ice cream. I love ice cream. Finally, we pulled into the parking lot. "Come on, Dad, hurry," I shouted as we raced into the stadium. There were so many people that I held my dad's hand so I wouldn't get lost. I liked it when I walked with my dad. We rode up the escalator together and it made me a little scared, but I was with my dad and I was brave, so it was okay. We got to our seats just in time to sing the national anthem. My dad, Julia, and I took off our caps and put them over our hearts, just like the ball players. My mom held my little brother, Joey. Then the announcer yelled, "Play ball." It was time to start the game. I watched the players run onto the field. They ran so fast and threw the ball so far. It was all very exciting. My favorite player got a big hit and slid into third base. Safe, I saw the umpire signal. 2 runs scored and we were already winning. I cheered. I was having so much fun, but I really wanted to catch a ball. It was all I could think about. I just couldn't get it out of my head. As the game went on, we were getting hungry. I really wanted some popcorn or ice cream or juicy sweet licorice. I just couldn't decide, but there was no way I was leaving the game. What if a ball was hit my way and I wasn't here? That would just be terrible. Julia and Dad went to get some snacks for us. I stayed with my mom, who was still holding my little brother. Mom had some special treats for Joey that she kept in her big purse, along with juice and diapers. I liked my mom's purse. It had little blue and white baseballs all over it. It didn't have a zipper or snap to close it, but that was okay. She only took this purse when we went to the ballpark, and she always kept it right by her side. Our team is up to bat, I said to my mom. I wish Dad and Julia were back. Just like that, a ball was hit really hard and high. It's coming our way, shouted Mom. It has to be a home run. I climbed up on my seat to get taller so I could catch it. I was ready, but how would I ever catch that ball? I wish my dad was here. He would catch it for sure. Then the ball hit the bleachers and it bounced really high. Then it bounced again. Then guess where that ball landed? That ball landed right in my mom's big purse. Yes, it's true. I saw it. I wish my dad was here. My mom and I looked at each other and couldn't believe it. We laughed and hugged. Then my little brother Joey took that beautiful ball out of my mom's purse and giggled and gave it to me. Dad and Julia came back with popcorn and my favorite Blue Moon ice cream. Julia smiled and asked, "Where did you get that ball?" They were so surprised when we told them what just happened. I wish they could have seen it. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it for myself. We were all so happy. I could see how important that ball was to my dad. I gave it to him and said, "I want you to have this ball, Dad." He had waited so long for a real Major League Baseball. He winked at me and said, "Thanks, Ashley, but it will belong to our whole family." He tapped the tip of my cap and it went over my eyes a bit. I pushed it back up and I hugged him. I held that perfect ball all the way home. We'll put this ball in a special place right up on the shelf next to our family picture. But tonight, Ashley, you can sleep with it, Dad said. And that's what I did. When my dad tucked me in, I said, we are so lucky that Mom brought that big, wonderful purse to the game today. We sure are, he said. Mom sure had a big catch, I said as I hugged my dad. I felt very lucky and very thankful. It was the best day of my life. So that is Mom's Big Catch. And today we had so much fun talking about the writing process. We talked about the publishing process and how it took me 2 years to get Mom's Big Catch published. And how we talked about if it's better to think positive thoughts or negative thoughts. And we talked about patience and positivity and perseverance, not giving up, following our dreams. We encourage the kids to believe in themselves and to talk positively to themselves. You know, it's important also for our kids to understand that they need to, like I said, believe in themselves and express gratitude. We talked about being thankful and grateful for everything we have during the day and acknowledging that at night when we go to sleep. And that by the end of the week, the end of the month, we will have so much to be grateful for. We talked about the editing process and how when we write something, whether they write, I write, or famous best-selling authors write, that, you know what, we don't just write one draft and we're done. We write several drafts before we get our book done. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about the illustrations, and I shared with them how fun Mom's Big Catch is, because I get to work with baseball teams. And the words in the book pretty much stay the same, but the pictures change. So we talked about how fun that is and the different stadiums and the mascots. And then we talked about just wrapping up Mom's Big Catch and working with the cover and the back. And again, how it took an entire year to finish this book. We talked about settings and characters and adjectives and verbs and nouns and all those fun, juicy words that we need in writing and what the kids need to learn to write really good stories. And you know, it's really important that we read at least 20 minutes with our kids every day and make sure that they comprehend what they're reading and offer rewards and bonuses. You know, when my girls were little, you know, stickers worked or maybe a piece of candy, you know, but today it's just really important that we acknowledge and help our kids with their reading and make it fun. And I explained to them how writing, you know, we all have such big imaginations when we write. And that's what makes writing so much fun, is that we can write about anything we want and the world, it's our imagination. And that's why writing is just an exciting thing to do. So I just want to share with you a TV interview quick, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more and take your questions. But this TV interview was when Mom's Big Catch first came out, as I shared with the kids that it's fun to be an author. You can go on TV and you can work with baseball teams, but my very favorite thing to do is to visit schools and share my message about writing and positive messages with the kids. So this is just kind of a fun interview that started off my journey with Mom's Big Catch. And as I said, changed my life. A ball landing in a purse, it changed my career. So I just want to share it with you.
The Brewers thrilled and inspired fans with their best season in almost 3 decades, but they also inspired a woman from Waterford to write a book based on an experience she had at Miller Park a few seasons ago. Tom Pippins with her story, new at 9 tonight.
2-2. Morgan base it up the middle. Gomez is going to be waved around. The throw to the plate. Not in time, and the Brewers advance to the National League Championship Series. October 7th, the Brewers celebrate winning their first postseason series in almost 30 years, a 5-game division playoff victory over Arizona. Brewer Nation is captivated by their crew, including the youngsters at Richland School, located in the shadows of Miller Park. Marla McKenna actually wrote a book called Mom's Big Catch. Her work focuses on the team and one of its former players, Jeff Jenkins.
It was an event that happened 4 years ago, and a year after the actual event that took place at Miller Park, I got up in the middle of the night and I just wrote the story. I couldn't sleep one night, and then I sent it away to publishers for 2 years. And I heard a lot of no thank yous until one day I got that offer. And that was a very exciting day.
McKenna, who lives in Waterford with her husband, their 2 daughters, and their dog Sadie, whose importance will become evident in a moment, is a professional who has always enjoyed the creative aspect of writing and graphic design. Her approach to Mom's Big Catch was unique.
I wrote it from my daughter Ashley's perspective, who was 7 at the time, and I just kind of heard her words as I wrote it. I just heard her telling the story. I could feel what she was feeling. There's a lot of descriptive words in the book that talks about what kids like, you know, the excitement of going to a baseball game, especially at Miller Park, the tastes and smells of what's at the ballpark. And my Ashley just loves ice cream, so I put that in there.
Another 3-2. There they go, and a swing and a miss. Salas strikes out Corey Hart.
Like the batter who fails to get a hit, Marla struck out with publishers initially, but when she connected, she scored a run for all those who have struck out at first, but kept getting back into the batter's box to try again.
If I would have given up, I wouldn't have my book. And so I offer, we talk about perseverance, not giving up, following their dreams, and it's been extremely heartwarming for me to see their faces light up when we read it. And, you know, today one little girl shouted out, "I loved it." And that's very rewarding.
The neatest thing for Marla McKenna is to know that Mom's Big Catch is making a difference.
I get to do this. I get to go to the schools and meet with the kids, which I think is the best part of it, and make a difference. I think that's the most important thing for me. I'm making a difference in these little ones' lives just by, just a short picture book, a story that they really, really like, and maybe it will inspire them, to follow their dreams.
Part of the proceeds from Mom's Big Catch go to the Linda Blair World Heart Foundation, which is a dog rescue program in California. Her cause received an unexpected boost when singer, actor, and best-selling author Rick Springfield agreed to match her donation.
He's here every May. He plays in Potawatomi for almost an entire week. And his wife is originally from the Beloit area. And, I've been a Rick Springfield fan for as long as I've been a Milwaukee Brewer fan. And I've met him several times. And it was at his book signing for Late at Night last year that I just asked him. I told him about my book. He thought it was very cool. He was happy for me. And I just said, would you consider matching my donation? And he said, absolutely, without hesitation.
Now that's hitting a homer. Tom Pippins, Fox 6 Sports.
Mom's Big Catch is available at marlamckenna.com.
So it was really fun to share that with the kids today and show them how a fun family day at Miller Park and the ballpark completely changed my life. It changed my career, allowed me to work with baseball teams, allowed me to finally work with the Milwaukee Brewers after 5 years. And then after Mom's Big Catch, I wrote Sadie's Big Steal, which is the second book in the series. All the dogs in the neighborhood know about the ball, and they all want Sadie to steal the ball. But, Sadie's got to choose. Should she do what her friends are telling her to do or what she thinks is right? And then we read I'm a Secret Superhero. And this is all about our special gifts and our talents. And it's important that, we talked about with the kids today about how they can find their special superpower, whatever they like to do, and how they can work hard and believe in themselves and just be and do whatever they want to do in life. And we talked about the power of kindness and gratitude and being a good friend. And then A Soccer Summer Dream. This is a book that's written about the Milwaukee Torrent, A Soccer Summer Dream with the Milwaukee Torrent. This is Milwaukee's professional outdoor soccer team. And then I shared with them my adult books. This is Our Last Day in Heaven. And then this is Manifesting Your Dreams. And it's kind of got a story of how my journey was inspired along with 20 other really wonderful and amazing journeys of how people manifested their dreams. Even an Olympic athlete is in this book. And it's allowed me to edit and ghostwrite and write my own more books and do layout and design for books. So a ball landing in a purse completely changed my life. And I think it's fun for the kids to realize that I'm just a mom who wrote a book. And I think that they need to know that they can do anything that they want in life, and just if they go for it and believe in themselves. So that is really the message that we took away from today, learning all about the writing, editing, illustrating, publishing process, how to write their stories, how to improve them, gave them some good ideas and key points on with choosing the right words, and then just the positive message of believing in themselves and never giving up. So we had a wonderful day, and I just can't thank you enough. I don't know if there's anyone who has any questions, if you can put it in the chat. Otherwise, my email is marla@marlamckenna.com. My website is marlamckenna.com. And as I shared with the kids, they can certainly email me, and I promise I will write them back. So,
Marla, we have a couple questions that I thought I would just kind of clarify here for if you want to answer them. When you talk about writing letters to get your book printed, how many different publishers did you go to? Can you even remember?
When I think about it, I try not to remember because there were a lot. But here was the deal back then too. When I did this, you sent your letter away, and then because they wanted exclusive rights on the book, you had to wait to get your rejection back. So it's not like you could send out 20 at a time. You would send one, then you'd wait, then you'd send another. So I think it was probably less than 20, but in a 2-year period of time, it was frustrating and disappointing because, I wanted to get my book published, and I learned a whole lot about the publishing process and the publishing world. And I think it's easier today to get published, and I actually help authors get published today. But I shared with the kids, during that time of disappointment, of how it's important to think positively and positive thoughts than it is to think negative. So that's a lesson I learned out of it.
So how old are your daughters now? If you said they were 7, one was 7, how old are they now?
They were 7 and 9 when this happened, and then it took me a couple of years to write it, and then it took 2 years to get published. So a lot of time has gone by, but they are now, Ashley is 19 and Julia is 21. So I think that was something for the kids to hear too, that they thought was pretty fun. And then just how all the books came after that in this time period.
One last question. Do you still have that baseball?
Yes, I do. And it was, it was funny because it was the day that it happened was actually my birthday. So it will always be a memorable event that changed my life. And it was just an exciting day. So we had fun. So thank you so much for allowing me into your school again today. I love visiting schools, and it was just so great to be with the kids. So,
Stephanie, do you have any questions for Marla or any thoughts that you want to share here?
No, I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you, Marla, for spending basically your entire day with us here at the Richland School District. I know the kids really enjoyed being able to talk to you. They had some really good questions for you. It was overall a really neat day.
Yeah, and I know a lot of kids asked how they can get the books, and I sent the book order form. They can certainly go online and get it at my website or through other sources. But you know what? If they go through the school, then I will directly, sign their name on it. I'll sign mine, and they won't have to pay for tax and shipping. So that's the best way to get it if they want. But I know the school, some of the schools have copies of Mom's Big Catch too, so you can also see them in your library. So.
Marla, we do have another question that came in. We have a question from Brooke Daly. She asked, my son wants to know, what is your favorite part about being an author?
My favorite part about being an author, as I shared with the kids today too, is that I love to write because we get to use our imaginations, and our imaginations are it's endless. They're so huge. And I think that's the fun part of being to expressing our creativity. But I also shared that the most favorite part is going to schools and meeting with the kids. So yes, it's wonderful and a lot of fun to be on TV. I love working with the baseball teams. I love all of that. I love writing, but I love going into the schools. So I've missed that very much this last year because it's exciting to see their faces come alive when they always are like, it's a real live author. And I just, like I said, I like to encourage them that I am a mom who wrote a book and followed my dream. And so I think that's my favorite part. And it's turned into my own business and a lot of success going after, just writing one children's book has just kind of kind of blown up. And what's great is too, if there's moms and dads or family members on here that, you want to write a book, but you don't know how, or you have an idea, you can certainly reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help you get started. Because people helped me, and I need to pay that forward and be there and help people too.
One more question. Are you looking forward to be able to go to the baseball games again? Or how many other fields have you been to see baseball games?
Of course, I'm looking forward to baseball starting again. I can share with you, as I shared with some of the kids today. So these are two Wisconsin minor league teams. We've got the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors right here. And then we've got the Beloit Snappers. And what's kind of fun, I can show you, is the mascots are in the book. So here's Snappy the turtle, and here is their stadium. And this is one too. This is the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors. And there's their mascot and their stadium, which is pretty cool. And I can share with you this one too. This was the day that I shared with the kids today on TV too. The Princeton Rays. They had a Mom's Big Catch Day at their stadium where all the kids came and got a copy of Mom's Big Catch. And this happened a few years ago. This is the Bradenton Marauders there in Florida. You can see their mascot. And of course, I'm excited to go to the Brewer game. And the Brewers and I teamed up about 5 years ago. I shared with the kids how I needed to be patient for that. But we have the Miller Park book, and that's right here. And I teamed up with them when we did a book drive at their fan fest. And so we collected almost 3,000 books for kids in the Milwaukee area. So that was pretty cool. And the last one I'll show you, since you asked, is, now I'm a huge Brewer fan, but the Cubs like Mom's Big Catch too. And they actually let me use their logo. And it's all because of Fergie Jenkins. He is a baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, okay? He's going to get his own statue at Wrigley Field, and he likes Mom's Big Catch. So because of Fergie, who's a great guy, we can use the Cubs logo. So that's pretty fun too. And there's a lot of other Mom's Big Catch books that I've got here, and there'll be more coming. So yes, a long answer to your question. I can't wait to go to baseball games, especially the Brewers. And those are just some of the stadiums I've been at for Mom's Big Catch. And the Bluefield Blue Jays. So that's pretty fun too.
Well, we don't have any more questions, but I think that this was great. And I'm going to hand it over to Stephanie to wrap it up for us.
Okay, thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
All right, Marla, thank you so much for spending the entire day with us and, sharing your words of encouragement and positivity, especially perseverance. It's definitely something that we all need at this time to be able to just keep going, stay positive, and move forward. So thank you so much for sharing your book, your story, the whole process, and all of your positive energy. Thank you to Trisha Lewis, our tech goddess, for helping us set all of this up so that we were able to have this YouTube live feed, and to all of our families that are tuned in and watching tonight. Thank you so much for supporting our schools, for supporting your children and their education. We hope you had a fantastic evening, and please visit Marla McKenna's website to check out the books. They're a great message and they help a great cause as well. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Enjoy your night.